Everybody wants to go viral on social media, but I'm gonna tell you that you are not quite ready yet. You need to first have the right systems in place to convert that traffic when you go viral, and in this tutorial, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. If we haven't met before and you're brand new to my channel, hi, my name is Inuri, and over here we talk about everything content creation, digital marketing, and online business. And if those topics are something that you're excited about and you want to learn more, you're in the right place. So let's talk about going viral. What happens? You're gonna post a piece of content or a video, and then something magical happens with the algorithm, and you're gonna attract a ton of new visitors or eyeballs to your profile. This is when people will make that judgment and see if you're worth the follow. So first impressions are everything, and we have to be prepared for it. So a big misconception that a lot of people have is they think that going viral is going to solve all their problems. But I've seen this happen time and time again, where people go viral, they get millions and millions of views on their video, but they're not going to make anything out of it because they don't have the right systems. It's kind of like pouring water to a leaky bucket. You're going to have a lot of missed opportunity. I don't want that to happen to you, so I'm going to show you the exact strategy that a lot of top creators who are uber successful in the social media space gatekeep. So let's get right into it. So the very first step of all of this is having an optimized profile, because that is the very first step of your funnel. So you want to make sure that it is super optimized and you clearly tell them what your content is about or who you are, and then most importantly, a call to action directing them where you want them to go. So depending on the social media platform, you're going to have very limited real estate there. So make sure when you're writing your bio, you're being very strategic about it. Here's an example of my TikTok bio just to give you some direction what I'm talking about. So you can see my content is all about online business and marketing tips. And also I do a lot of tutorials on how to use Canva for your business. And I do have something that they can grab for free. So I clearly highlight that with arrows pointing down what they need to do. So make sure when you're writing your bio, regardless of the platform, you're very clear on who you are, what your content is about, and also where you want them to go and what you want them to do next. So now that you have your optimized profile set, the next step is for you to have a landing page. So this is where people come and opt in and give you their information. So you need to have the landing page set and a simple opt-in form with no more than, I would say, 4 fields. So first name, last name, phone number, email, or it can just be name and email, whatever that you want to collect. And it should also be integrated to a CRM software so that when people opt into your page, it automatically goes to your CRM. So that is the next step of this process. And because all the social media platforms are using your smartphone, when you're building your landing page, just make sure that it doesn't look wonky on a mobile device. So when you're creating it, just make sure it's very simple and easy to understand, and people can easily give you their information. So there are different ways to do this, and there are both free and paid tools. But if you're brand new to this and you're starting from scratch, meaning you have a zero budget, I highly recommend you check out Flowdesk and ConvertKit. Both have a free version that should be more than enough to get the ground running. But what I highly recommend is ActiveCampaign if you do have the budget for it. It is personally what I've been using for years, and it's such an incredible software. So once you have the landing page with a simple opt-in setup, the third step is for you to have a freebie. This is also called a lead magnet, meaning that you provide a valuable resource to them in exchange for their information. So think about a pain point or a problem that your audience is constantly having that you can solve with your personal experience and your knowledge for free. And you provide that product or resource for free in exchange for their information. This way, you're providing value to your audience, and also it makes that freebie or lead magnet irresistible and a simple no-brainer for them to opt in. So let's see what we need so far. We need an optimized profile that directs people to your landing page, and in that landing page is an opt-in form that's integrated to your CRM software. And you also have an irresistible offer or lead magnet that you provide for free in exchange for their information. So let's see what all of this looks like when it's all set up. The key thing here is to make your landing page super simple, less cluttered, telling people exactly what they need to do next. So here's an example of a landing page that's working really well for me right now. And that is this freebie that they'll get. It is 73 content ideas for business owners, because I've identified through my content that a lot of people don't get started because they don't know what to post on social media. So what I've done for them is I've created 73 ideas that would work regardless of their niche. So that's almost 2 months worth of content that they can hit the ground running. So I have a mock-up of what they will get, because when you're giving a freebie, in most cases, it's always a digital product, meaning that they can't really touch and feel what they're going to get. So it's important for you to create a visual representation of what they're going to receive in terms of a mock-up. I've already done a ton of tutorials already on how to create these using Canva. So if you want to learn how to do that, make sure you check out the Canva tips playlist. So once you create a mock-up, just add that to your landing page. And then a couple of other elements that you need is obviously a title. And this is basically asking them to do something. So in this case, I just say, tell me where to send you your free content ideas. So it has a very strong call to action, like tell me what tell me your email so I can send it to you. Just have a strong call to action there. And then also have an opt-in form that's integrated to your CRM. So once they opt in and click send me my content templates, they'll get that automatically to their inbox. So the next thing what I want to show you is how to create a form using ActiveCampaign, just because it's what I personally use and I can easily show you around how everything works. It will be a little bit different depending on the software, the email marketing software that you use. But the reason I'm showing you this is you can understand from a bird's eye view what the process would essentially look like. So once you open ActiveCampaign, the first thing you're going to do is click on websites, and under websites, you'll have an option called forms. So once you click on forms, you can click up here to create a new form. So here are a few forms that I personally created for my business. And you can see once people opt into that form, they will be subscribed to a list that I've created inside of ActiveCampaign with a tag assigned to that user, so I can see where they came from. So once you create a new form, the next step is for you to decide what the form is. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go to fields, and then you'll have an option to input standard fields. So in this case, I'm going to use first name, last name, email. You can also have phone number if you would like. All you have to do is drag it and drop it to your form, and that should be good to go. And the next step, if you're using ActiveCampaign, is once people opt in, like I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure that you subscribe them to a list and also add a tag to them. So all you have to do there is go to options, and then under form action, you're going to click on subscribe to a list. So in this case, it's just going to be a master list for me. And the tag is going to be digital marketing checklist, because that form was for a digital marketing checklist. So when you're creating an opt-in, make sure you have a list and also you tag them so you would know inside of your CRM where they came from. So now that we have the form set up, the next step is to add this form or integrate it to a landing page. So most email marketing providers also come with their own landing page builder, but if you're using a third-party landing page builder, for an example, let's say you're using ClickFunnels as your funnel builder and you want to integrate ActiveCampaign, you can do it two ways. So the first way is to integrate your CRM with your landing page builder with an API integration where you create the form inside of your landing page and then you integrate the fields through API. That's a little bit more complicated, and that is not what this tutorial is all about. So if you want more information on that, let me know. I'll make a video on it. But the next way to simply integrate it is to embed your form on whatever landing page builder. So in order to do that, all you have to do is click the button up here called integrate. And then once you click integrate, you will have an embed code that you can simply copy and paste on any of your landing page builders. So you can see when I click embed here, copy this, and then go to any landing page provider, and you should have an embed block. Nowadays, any landing page builder has drag and drop options, and also different boxes that you can choose depending on what type of content you want to put out. So search for a content block like code and then just paste it on there, and then you should be good to go. So if this all sounds super like complicated and techy, or like, oh gosh, Inuri, like this is so like over my head right now, I don't even know where to start, there is a simple option, and I just want to show that too. And that is if you choose a link. So if you choose a link option inside of ActiveCampaign, that would give you a link that you can share anywhere. And that has the opt-in already living inside of your ActiveCampaign account. So it's kind of like its own landing page with an opt-in. It's not pretty, but it does work. So if you're not that tech savvy, you want to keep things super simple, what I recommend you do is get that link. So that is a link to your form, and then create a simple landing page using free tools like Canva. So here's an example of a link in bio page that I created, and this is actually available for free in my Canva template library. All you have to do is paste that link in any of these buttons inside of Canva, and that would automatically direct them to your opt-in form where you can collect people's information, and that information will be automatically sent to your CRM. The reason I want to show you all this and give you different options is because I know depending on your budget, where you are, I want to make sure there are different ways to do this, and you know how to do it too, so that you can get moving fast. So I hope that was helpful. That's basically how you create a form and then integrate it or add it to your Canva website or your existing funnel builder. All right, let's talk about step number 4. And this is once people opt in to your landing page, you want to make sure that you're automatically sending them their freebie that they opted in for instantly. You don't want to do this manually, because that way you won't be able to rest, because every time someone opts in, you'll have to send it out or email it out manually. So you need to have a system that will do this automatically for you in the backend. So the next step is for you to set up an email automation that will deliver your lead magnet. Okay, now let me show you how to simply set this up inside of ActiveCampaign. So once you open ActiveCampaign and you already have your form set up like I showed you earlier, the next step is to create an automation to deliver that. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on automation here, and then you have an option to just create a new automation. And then what this does is when a contact tag is added, so once people come in, they're going to opt in, and the system will automatically add a tag to that contact. So when that tag is added, it's going to trigger an automation or workflow that would then deliver the lead magnet. So this is basically like a mini robot that you have programmed to do a certain action once something triggers it. So in this case, it's going to be that lead tag that's going to be added that triggers the automation. So this is basically how you set it up. So once you start your automation, you're going to select your trigger. So in this case, I just said when a tag is added, and then I selected what the tag is. So in this case, the tag was 73 content ideas. And once that tag is triggered, it's going to send out an email to the person that opted in with their lead magnet. So that's how simple and easy it is. And by the way, if you want to try ActiveCampaign, I do have my affiliate link in the description below. It is a free 14-day trial, so make sure to check it out. All right, now that we have everything set up, this is basically how people build their email list using social media. But the thing is, it doesn't stop here. Now that you have your lead in your CRM, we should not let that lead turn cold. So what we need on our next step is something called a welcome email series. This is also called a nurture sequence, and this is where you send a series of emails where you introduce yourself, tell your story, and also provide value, way more value over time. So this is your chance to kind of provide that next tier or next level of content that is reserved only for the people that are on your email list. So think about social media is very one-to-many, whereas email is more one-to-one. It's way more personalized, and depending on the needs of that contact on your email list, you can really personalize and curate content for them. So this is a very good opportunity for you to really build a relationship with them and trust over time. So if you are a visual person, this is what we've discussed so far. You're going to have an opt-in page with a lead magnet, and once they give you their information, it's going to trigger an automation. So you can see an automation got triggered there, and then once that automation goes through, you deliver that lead magnet, then they're going to naturally be ascended to your welcome email sequence. So now that you have your email list built, you're constantly providing value for free for your audience. The next step is for you to create a paid offer. So a paid offer can be a physical product, it can be a digital product, or it can be a service that you provide. So in order for you to craft your offer, you need to first understand what things that your audience is willing to pay for your experience and knowledge. So make sure you validate your offer first by surveying your audience. You already have a relationship built through email. So see what they need help with and how you can package that solution into a paid offer. So once you have created your paid offer, make sure you have the right systems and processes set up in the backend to collect your payment and then deliver that offer to your audience. So this is basically how creators monetize your audience using social media and email marketing. I just want to make sure that you understand what the process looks like. There are a gazillion ways to, monetize your audience, but essentially you want to make sure the systems are properly set in place so that when you're creating content, when you go viral, you have it set up correctly to convert that traffic into the next thing that you want them to do. So for all of this to work, the most important thing, once you have the system done, the most important thing that you need to have is the right content strategy. Because you want to make sure that you're constantly attracting the right person, you're speaking to the right audience, because you can have the best offer, you can have the best lead magnet, but if it's not the right audience, they're not going to opt in, they're not going to buy your products. So make sure that you have a very, very good and strong content strategy. Here's a quick summary of what we discussed. So we have all the different social media platforms. You're going to have videos that have a good, strong call to action, optimized profile that would get them to your opt-in page, and then eventually into your nurture sequence. And then once you understand your audience, you understand their problems, you can provide them a product that you can, sell. And then that is going to be something that you can, grow, build an online business around. And that is basically how creators monetize your audience using social media. And the process and the systems that I just showed you can be applied to any business. Obviously, there is a lot more to this, but I want you to not overcomplicate it and get started today. So what I did was I created a PDF with everything that we discussed and also added a lot more detail so that you can follow the instructions and get started today. I will link it in the description below for you to access. I really hope this was helpful in getting you started on your content creation journey the right way. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also hit that notification bell because I'll be creating way more content creation tips just like this one. I will see you in my next video. Oh, and by the way, if you want to check out my Canva tips playlist, you can check it out right here.